heart of New York City. Welcome to All Night with Joey Reynolds. Joey's guest tonight, singer-songwriter Kate Taylor. The comedy team of Stone and Stone. Radio host Flo Anthony. Entertainer Rick Younger. Singer Abby Dobson. Recording artist and author Norwood Young. Ladies and gentlemen, Joey Reynolds.
A little awkward without an audience, right? You expect that big applause. Did we have applause? Have they not? They didn't sweeten it with the applause. Hey, you guys got a sandwich? Let's open the show with eating something. The only reason guests come at this hour is because of our buffet. They're not here for me. They're here for the salad bar. Someone pushed me out of the way to get to the garbanzo beans tonight. It's a tough night. It's a tough crowd. I was over at the Friars, and I'm not a friar. I never joined because, well, first of all, I don't have an agent, and I don't do lunch, and I can't afford it anyway. But at the Friars Club, they had a little gathering for a friend of mine at a birthday party, and she's a very lovely lady who was a soap opera star, and I had stopped at the table of Dick Cavett. And Dick Cavett, who was having dinner, I went to the table with a microphone and a camera. And I walked up to him and I interviewed him. So I figured, all right, let's put this one down. But we got to take it and put it and make it real nice, so we'll play it tomorrow night. But it was a moment, where you got Dick Cavett was one of the first guys to do these talk shows late night. He actually was a writer for Jack Parr. And Jack is the father of The Tonight Show. One of them. There were a couple. The Tonight Show started with Jerry Lester. It was a show called Broadway Open House, and he was a Canadian guy that came here. And they put him on the air with a girl who had big bassoons. What was her name? Dagmar, wasn't it? And that was a scandalous thing, to show that on the television. And that's how far we've gotten, how much down the pole we've slid. But he had a great late night show where people would stop by and do amazing things, just like here. Is there a circus elephant in the corner or something there? But we have a lot of different guests who stop by the show who really are not maybe nationally recognizable. So what I wanted to do, and we're doing it, is to put people on the air who are not totally known and aren't overused. Because the same 5 people seem to go around on all the shows. Whenever they're pushing a movie, they do all the late night shows, and the afternoon shows, and the morning shows. So this particular show, we figured that we would put something on that's not here. And it's adventuresome because when you see the opening credits, sometimes you'll say, I don't know anybody that's on that show. I don't even know the host. But tonight when I went into the Friars, besides Frankie, who was the host over there, I got recognized by some people who actually saw the show last night. That's amazing. And I went over to Sarge's Deli, which is over on 36th Street and 3rd Avenue. And when I was over there today, they also recognized me. So I had a little bit of recognition. And I think once you're on the air here, people seem to be so starved for entertainment, they're watching this show, which is amazing to me. I didn't think we'd get anybody to recognize me for a long time. I figure we're on an offbeat channel with an offbeat show. This is nonstop New York. It's not exactly the main room. We're working the lounge. The Peacock, the NBC Peacock? Here we're using a little pigeon. It's got a little crawly, creepy thing, but it's very New York, And I feel like the straight guy, the Dame Ednas of late night television is what I feel like. Because we present so many different people on the air here and we're going so many directions. Is somebody waving to me in the background? Why am I seeing that? Is there someone who walked by and do they use that New Jersey finger? They do that sometimes. You don't want that. You don't want that on the show. But we have a studio audience outside. And there's no sound out there yet, is there? Because we haven't gotten there yet. but we're going to start putting sound outside so people can actually hear the show. And maybe we'll hand out some things. In the old days in the Elizabethan theater, they used to throw fruit when they didn't like something. In this city, they throw money. And we seem to have a government that likes to throw a lot of it around, and I was kind of hoping they'd throw it in my direction here. I'm one of those guys that is not in that league of the big pay guys. And I'll be totally honest with you. I have been challenged on my little Facebook. I have two Facebooks because I have two faces. One of them said today that they wonder if I'm paying for the show to be on the air. Is that an insult? A little bit of an insult? No, you know, this is a low-budget show. Or is it a no-budget show, guys? No budget? Bring me that sandwich. No, our radio show that was on the radio didn't have on WR, we didn't have a lot of money. And on the television, we seem to be in a bigger production. And this is more elaborate. We got a great team here. I don't know how we conned all these guys into working for the money they're working for. But we do have a sensational show. And there is no budget for a band, a regular band. So we bring entertainment from different places, those who are promoting records, promoting sound, appearances in town. Tonight, you probably saw the lineup. We got some really fabulous performers. I know them. I've seen them all work. But you may not know them, and I want you to enjoy them, and then you will become part of our little cult. So I figure we have an offbeat show on an offbeat channel with an offbeat host. Maybe we could just have some of these people become regulars. And even in the early days of Steve Allen, they did that, when he was on the air with Jose Jimenez and Stephen Eady. They were newcomers. He put them on the air, put them on the television, and before you know it, everybody's a superstar. And there was talk that I'm going to replace Regis Philbin, which is strange. I've done 3 shows. How could I? The guy's been on the air 38 years. I don't think I'm going to walk in and replace Regis Philbin. I'm holding on to this job. I'm not thinking about the next one yet. It's kind of strange how some people get a job, have the cards printed for the next one. You hand them out, you better be looking for the next gig. But I'm happy to have the one I have right now. Love the one you're with. That's the way I feel about it. And I got this show going right now, and I'm not looking to replace Regis Philbin. I think, what? They ought to give Regis more money, and Regis ought to replace Regis Philbin. That's what, nobody's going to replace him but himself. But they compare us, I think, because we're both very New York, and we're kind of like regular guys, I think. I'd like to think we are. I told you that I went over to England with him, right? Did I tell that story on the air? I don't know if I told that. We had a celebration of Sir John Mills at the Ritz Hotel in London in 1986. I was on NBC Radio in the afternoon in those days, replaced Howard Stern's slot. And in those days, I was kind of, I'm a little bit more showbiz, less into the shock jock thing as I was earlier in my career. But I went with Regis and Joy and his family, and I had my little kids at the time. We flew over on the Concorde, and which no longer is in service. But that's a 2.5-hour flight, from here. Now when you go, you got to fly Virgin. I was going to fly Virgin, but they don't go all the way. So anyway, the Concorde was something we took to England, and we got off the plane, and Regis and Joy and all of us went over to, I think it was, I forgot what hotel we stayed at, Dorchester, that's what it was. Very expensive, in England. And if you think the hotel rooms are expensive here, you should see what they are in London. So we stayed overnight, but we went to see a theater the next day of Starlight Express, which was Andrew Loog Oldham's, or no, it was, what's his name? Andy, who produced that show? Who did Starlight Express? One of the great producers. But Regis and I and his family went to see the thing, and I had my family, and we all got back here and on the QE2. We came back on the boat, the slow boat to New York. And I got to know him a little bit, and I like him very much, so we're friends. But I don't think you should start on the Facebook. I would like you to not be putting me as a candidate to replace him, because I want to stay his friend, And I'm not looking for another gig right now. I want this one to work, because this is the new way to do television, I think. Not because I'm a new face, but in many ways I am. I think what we want to do is we want to take the cross platforms, of radio, television, internet, and appeal to all these different demographics of the old and the new. That's why we're kind of mixing the show up with guests. And I want you to get comfortable with the idea that this is the way you are all using the internet and the way you're using your whatever it is, your iPhone, iPod, iPad, wherever you got the I in front of it, it's self-serving. But you know, I want you to get comfortable with our show here, because this is the way, if you can watch the show the way you use your other instruments, then we'll have another sensational way to go for the newcomers, because the old-time guys are falling by the wayside. You know, the old model is going. And as President Obama says, you know, we need change. You need it in everything. In all our affairs, we need change. And so I want to be, in a way, you know, if I weren't doing this right now, I probably would be teaching a course over at NYU and maybe making more money, actually, which, if you can believe that. But we're going to take a little break here, and then we're going to bring out our first guest. Now, Norwood, I don't know this guy. This is the one guest I don't know. Norwood Young is his name. He's a smashing dresser, and he's famous with a demographic that's not mine. You know, it will be, because we're going to have everybody, like I just said. So I want to bring Norwood out here, and then he's going to perform for us. We're going to talk to him. And there's another young lady who has a network show, or national syndicated show, Flo Anthony, and she does gossip, you know. So Flo and Norwood are friends. And if they're new names to you, they're new names to me too, but let's get to know them a little bit, get chummy with them. And this is the way we're going to have to live from now on with each other. You know, I want to keep bringing things to you that aren't there. So let's make that the platform for the show. And I am emphasizing it for a good reason, because I guess, you know, sometimes you need to explain what you're doing. And the way the world is right now, we have very few people to explain what's going on. What the show really needs is Casey Kasem, you know. Just ahead of much more music. We'll be right back.
Celebrities have something to say, they head for the stoop.
This is my stoop. I gotta come to the stoop.
Talk Stoop.
I feel like we're so close that we could kiss. This is a whole other kind of stoop.
It's where Kat Greenleaf gets people talking.
What? Really?
Yep.
That's amazing. Yes. Listen, Naked, do you mind if I call you Naked?
Tell me something good.
The best of New York on a stoop in Brooklyn.
The celebrity butts that have graced the stoop.
Talk Stoop, weeknights at 8 on New York Nonstop. Sponsored by Cozy. Life should be delicious.
I'm an anchor and a pilot.
I am passionate about chocolate.
I am a ballerina.
I'm the daughter of a jazz musician.
I am a 4-time New York Golden Glove champion.
I'm my grandpa.
Yeah,
I'm interested in the story behind the story.
I'm making this look natural.
I am glamorous.
I'm an anchor and a blues girl.
I am all about my craft.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I'm a New Yorker.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I recommend a steak.
This place is
I recommend this place.
We're all about New Yorkers. LX New York. It's the story of the moment. A taste of the best. It's opening night. A helping hand. The characters of New York. The spirit of New York. Told our way. LX New York. Weekdays at 5. We're all over town.
Starlight Express was Andrew Lloyd Webber. We always got to, You can't leave people with information unfinished on the air. It makes you crazy. You'll be calling your friends. Well, this is not a good night for the naked cowboy, I can tell you that much, with all this weather we're having. I'm going to bring out Norwood now, Norwood Young, and this is his first appearance on the show and first time I'm meeting him tonight. And here he is with his leather pants, Norwood Young. He's the only guy dressed properly for this thing. Norwood. Oh, what a grand entrance that is. Look at this.
How are you? How are you?
You can't be dressed better than the host.
Never
Not
that,
supposed
no.
to do that.
Never that.
Not supposed to do that. Well, you dress like a star.
Thank you.
So I'm assuming you are one.
Okay, from your mouth to God's ears.
Well, you know, speaking of God's ears,
yes,
you can have a book.
Yes.
And, you know, I mean, not that we need to hock a book immediately.
No.
But let's get to it.
All right, let's do it.
Because of what it's called.
Okay.
It's called?
Getting Back to My Me.
Getting Back to My...
Me.
Me.
Getting Back to My Me.
All right.
My
Now,
me.
that's your life story so
Yes,
far?
it is. Yes,
but
it
you're
is.
too young to have a life story.
Thank you, but I lived a lot of life in these years.
Yeah.
A lot of life.
Are you 20-something or 30-something?
Yeah.
I see. I don't know. I have no idea. I can't tell. You got makeup.
Yeah, love makeup. Love makeup.
Now, that's a wonderful jacket you're wearing.
Thank you.
You knew I had a comment on that, right?
No, I'm glad you are. I didn't know it, though.
The worst thing in the world was when a guy would be on The Tonight Show, and he would spend, like you did, you know, he spent $1 million on a wardrobe. You walk out there, and the host, whether it was Jay Leno or Johnny or whoever it was, would make fun of your tie.
Oh.
You know, I mean, after you spend $100 million on a career,
well,
some jabroni shoots it down, you know.
Oh, well, I'm loving the fact that you like my jacket.
No, that's I mean,
Thank
you're
you, man.
very smart. When you walked in the room, you know, everybody stood up and applauded.
Well, very, very good, and I love them for it.
Yeah, and
I want them to go.
And when I walked in the room, everybody sat down again.
No, they didn't. When I saw you, I loved the jacket immediately, man. You're doing good stuff,
I'm,
too.
I'm okay, you know, I'm okay. I'm not known for the fashion that you're known for, but then too, you know.
But what you are known for.
Yes, BS.
No. Joey Reynolds, you're a legend. Congratulations, Hall of Fame and all that stuff.
Well,
That's
thank you.
great. That's great. I'm honored.
You know, when you live this life that I'm living right now, which is my dream.
Yes.
And you're at a younger age living yours, I'm assuming.
I got back to my dream.
You did.
I got
well,
back
let's talk
to my
about that for a minute, because you know I really am living my dream, and I'm happy about it, and I want to just say this first,
Yes.
and then we'll let you do the talking. I'm pretty. I'm very grateful. But I'm also really blessed.
Yes,
you know.
yes.
And someone said to me,
Yes.
"You have luck," and I said, "Since when are prayers and hard work considered luck?" You know.
That's right.
I mean,
That's
I have
luck
that.
has nothing to do with it. It's called divine order.
And with you, now we're going to talk about you.
Yes.
All right. So you have that same wonderful life right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And here's the thing. And you're a prime example of what getting back to my me is all about. Now you're living your like you said, you're living your dream. Now sometimes, and in my case, sometimes we are born. We are born. Not sometimes. We're all born with goals, dreams, aspirations, and a purpose. Sometimes we're in touch with it, you know. And life does what it does. In my case, it was tragedy. It was sexual abuse and molestation for many, many years. And I lost sight of my goals. You know, I was born to sing. I grew up in the church singing. I had hit records, went on the road with Pieces of a Dream, which is a famous jazz group, was on Broadway. And something happened that triggered, what happened actually, and it's in the book, is I was watching an episode of the Oprah Winfrey Show in 1986. I'll never forget it. And the show was about sexual abuse and molestation amongst children. And they were talking about a lot of the behavioral patterns that the victims had. And immediately the light bulb went off. I said, oh my God, it was not behavior. I was abused by a criminal who happened to be my first cousin. So what that did for me is it made me very, very angry. And then I started actually reliving verbatim the words that were said in my ear as the abuse took place and when it took place. And when I look at myself in the mirror to get ready the next days and the next mornings, I would hear those voices. And one of the things that were very prevalent was him saying to me, you pretty boy, you pretty boy. So I figured in my mind, and then now we got to realize that this is kind of psychosis going on when you start hearing voices in your head, you know? And I heard his voice. So I figured, I can't live my life like this. I got to do something to fix it. Now I'm living in Los Angeles. This is like the land of plastic surgery. So, you know, so
it's the land of plastic
everything. But plastic surgery is almost the norm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it wouldn't be that weird if I had plastic surgery. And what I did is I started to get rid of my face, as it were. I had multiple surgeries. I had cheek implants, chin implants, nose done multiple times, eye revision. And then finally, the voices were gone. The voices were gone, but then I realized so was the face I was born with. But it took another moment, because I've always loved the Lord. I've always been a God guy. You know, when you talk about blessings, and I call it favor, the favor of God. I've always been a God guy. And I was starring in a reality show on E during that time, and I was a guest on the Wendy Williams radio show about 3.5 years ago. And a gentleman who heard me on that interview looked up my website, and he blogged something kind of terrible, and he said that I looked demonic, and that I looked like a manufactured monster, and if his child was ever with him, he'd cover the child's eyes. Now, when I cursed back then, so I had a few choice words to say, of course. Right. But then I went upstairs in my bathroom, and I began to stare at myself in the mirror. And I stared for quite some time, and I looked into my soul, and I actually saw what this man was saying. And it wasn't that I was demonic. I'm a Christian, so it wasn't that. But what I had created was from a dark and demonic place. So now I'm back in this whirlwind of what now? Because now, every day, I'm looking at this demonic creation and walking with it with a pure heart. So now I'm confused and going crazy again. So, you know, so what I decided
it's cross signals.
Yeah. So what I decided to do then was to go back under the knife, but this time, so I could be seen through God's eyes. So I since had all the surgeries reversed. Had the implants taken out of my chin and my cheeks, and they went into my rib and to remove cartilage and built my nose back up. And then I went on a spiritual journey. I got rid of everything negative, the friends that were not the friends, the drugs, the boozing. I mean, it's all detailed. And I guess, too, the wonderful thing about being relatively still young and having this book is everything is still so fresh.
Well, you know, it's interesting that you did a reverse. Nobody I've ever heard of that before. I'm also a survivor, you know, sexual survivor.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, I mean, I have a sensitivity for it, and I'm sorry for what happened with you.
Thank you.
And Oprah, too. You know, I mean, Oprah's, we're very similar in you and I are very similar in spirit.
Okay.
And that's where we're joined together.
Thank you.
You know.
Thank you.
The amazing talent you have, which we're going to experience in a minute.
Yeah.
I want, you know, I mean, I'm not real familiar with you.
That's okay. You will be after today.
I know that.
You will be after today.
I know we're joined, but I want to. I want to enjoy your talent.
It's all God, though.
And I heard you rehearse a little bit, so I did.
Did you?
Yeah, okay. You know, I mean, you know, I heard you hit those notes.
Okay.
I like Smokey Robinson too. So.
Me too, man. I love Smokey. Smokey's smooth.
But I was in Detroit during those days. And when I'm telling my story, we're telling yours.
That's okay. But I also wanted to mention that there are a lot of people who are celebrated. I don't consider myself a celebrity. But there are a lot of people who are celebrities that talk about their story. They talk about their story and they make people aware that they've gone through something, but that's where they leave it. Nobody jumps on the bandwagon or creates a situation or gets involved with a situation to be the face of the situation. So I said that to say that I'm working with the State Assembly in Los Angeles to try to pass legislation that would be a bill that would give children and older people a voice, whether that be through seminar, whether that be through telephone, a voice to, first of all, have dialogue, to express what you've gone through. I hate the word admit, because that connotation is something went down that was wrong on your part, and it's not. To just have dialogue about what happened, and then take it a step further, and that's to find closure, whether that be through confronting the perpetrator, whether that be talking to your family about it, but it could be as simple as being instructed to write your feelings down on a letter, read it to yourself, go into your most secret place, tearing it up and letting it go.
Yeah.
You know?
See, I agree with what you're saying. I mean, I'm hearing what you're saying too. There's a word that I have a hard time with. I don't believe in closure.
Okay, and why is that?
Because I think it's ongoing. And, you know,
I have to disagree with you, bro. I got to disagree with you, and I'll tell you why. Because closure for me, I've closed chapters on feeling guilty.
Oh.
I've closed chapters on being remorseful or shameful. That's gone. You know, so in that, I have found closure. It's dead. So what you want me to say, found dead?
No. I want you to sing. And you're going to sing joyfully.
Yes,
we're going to take a break.
Yes,
and
I'm
we'll
going to
come
sing
back.
Getting Back to My Me. It's a song that I wrote in conjunction with the book. And I have to tell you this story really quickly. Because I'm a recording artist and have been for many years, and I write. So I thought, as a businessman, well, you know, I need to really write a song for this book, you know. And I spent weeks trying to think of a song to go with this book. Could not come up with anything. I got in the shower one morning, and I call my shower my think tank because that's where I pray every morning. And the steam comes out, and I get with God. And like nothing, out of nowhere, the lyrics to this song came to me and the melody within minutes. So much so I had to get out of the shower, stark naked, dripping wet, get my iPhone, pray that the water doesn't get in the iPhone, and recorded this song. So the next thing you hear is the song, and I hope you enjoy it.
All right, well, get ready to go down the stage. Hold on for a second. Let me just take a little break here where we're going. I want to tell everybody that I'm going to have some surgery.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to have some ego reduction. And if we don't have the ratings, trust me, I won't need a knife. We'll be right back. Joey Reynolds on All Night Live with, of course, Norwood, who is going to sing for us in just a minute and a half or 2 or 5. We'll be right back.
Steve, I can't get the files on the Sandoz case. The printers are down again.
Steve, the wireless network and all the servers are completely down on the 4th floor.
That's it. Denise, I'm done with that company. Call ASAP NetSource. Also, tell them we need an on-site tech for some installs we got going on next week.
Dad, the printer isn't working again, and I have to hand in this report tomorrow morning.
And the internet's down again.
And we're out of toner, too.
I know just who to call.
Let ASAP NetSource be your only source for your office and home.
Picture wonderful guests, terrific music, and comics that are really funny, and a host that's okay. That's me, Joey Reynolds, on NBC's New York Nonstop, and what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for all night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC desktops and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
Young is here, and we're all set for him to perform for us with his wonderful book and his song. And he's paid me enough money as a disc jockey to play the record, but I want him to do it live. We don't want records anymore on this show. So here's Norwood Young.
Easy being different. I never seemed to quite fit in. Everybody said that they knew me, but yet I still didn't have a friend. It took a long time for me to find my way. So many things to figure out. Just why was I so lonely? Is this what life was all about? I pretended to be happy with so much sadness deep inside, not knowing who this person was. Lost and confused, I tried to hide behind the superficial things. That's how I learned to cope. But when the parties were over, I was still in need of hope. I had to reach inside to remove my pain and sorrow. Had to let go of the guilt and shame so that I could face tomorrow. 'Cause I'm a work in progress, to be the best and no less. I'm not yet where I wanna be, but by the grace of God, I'm getting back to my me. Hey, I lost myself in the glitz and the glamour. Lost sight of who I really was. Even thought that I was going crazy, when crazy is as crazy does. I was lost and couldn't find my way, but desperate to make a change. So I swallowed my pride, I picked myself up. It was time to rearrange. I had to reach inside to remove my pain and sorrow. Had to let go of the guilt and shame so that I could face tomorrow. 'Cause I'm a work in progress, to be the best and no less. I'm not yet where I wanna be, but by the grace of God, I'm getting back to my, I can't be a victim of my past. 'Cause time is moving on, and it's moving fast. Now I don't care what they say, I don't care if I fit in. I'm secure in myself, and I'm even my own best friend. I had to reach inside to remove my pain and sorrow. Had to let go of the guilt and shame so that I could face tomorrow. 'Cause I'm a work in progress, to be the best and no less. I'm not yet where I wanna be. Grace of God, I'm getting back to my me. I'm getting back to my me. my me.
Whoa, isn't that great? I feel like I'm at a recording session. I'm the only guy applauding.
Thank you, man.
It's wonderful.
Thank you, thank you.
Getting back to my me.
Yes, sir. Thank you
It's
very
a little
much.
self-centered, but I like it.
Back to my me, man.
It's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Norwood Young. And you can go to his site and see all about him. He's a superstar. He's going to come out here and we're going to talk a little bit about Hollywood with another guest we're going to bring out in a second here. I don't know, do we have a minute to bring her out here? Can we do this right now? We got to take another break? That's sold out? Really? We got Flo Anthony here. Is she ready to come out? Come on, Flo, come on out here. Yeah, we can put her out here and squeeze her in for a minute. It's a casual show. So I woke up this morning and I looked outside and I saw this great plethora of snow, and there was a plow, and Mayor Bloomberg was sitting on the front of it with a flag, waving it back. This has been a wonderful couple of days of being mad about the blizzard that we had a month ago, right? Why is everybody still talking about that blizzard? I think somebody, at that time, they say that the drivers of the trucks were in the union and they wanted to show a force. Is that what it was? Is that right? Did I hear that right? I'm glad, that's a rumor. I'm glad we don't take phone calls. You know, I'd be on the phone all night, it'd be like what? I've got to go to a break now? Is that what you're signaling me with? What, you heard enough? Have I said, do you know I was Chinese in the last life? I was known as on too long. We'll be right back.
I can't believe it. This is the third time this month my PC crashed. The last crash cost me $2,500 and they only restored a portion of my data.
You should check out this new online backup software called Desk Protect. I can easily recover from a crash at any time.
Desk Protect? Must be complicated.
Not at all. With Desk Protect, you just run a simple installation process, and within minutes, you can select the data you need protected.
Sounds expensive.
How's less than $6 a month sound?
$6 a month. Even I can afford that.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC desktops and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
Picture wonderful guests, terrific music, and comics that are really funny, and a host that's okay. That's me, Joey Reynolds, on NBC's New York Nonstop, and what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for all night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop. It's either this show for Norwood or the Today Show in the snow at 4 in the morning. Aren't you glad to be here?
I'm having a ball.
I know. You're sitting in a window in Times Square.
Man, I'm living the dream, though.
Do you notice that nobody is noticing you at all?
It's amazing.
You know why?
It's amazing.
Because they're too worried about the weather. They don't care about it.
I may spend the night here tonight.
You're invited.
Got a room for a sleeping blanket right there, man.
This is the No-Tell Motel. Now, I know you've played a lot of those places.
Yeah, I've been. Yes, I have.
Now, you lived in L.A.
Yeah, I live in L.A. right
Still?
now. Yeah, I'm still in
there.
L.A., yeah.
So you've gone state's witness on us, right? Were you born in the...
No, I was born in New Jersey.
Yeah, so you're going on, come on.
I hope Peter doesn't hear this, but I have fur coats, and I'm cool. I love coming here with him.
Yeah,
for
this
sure.
this is the homeland.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm Times Square, man. Look at this. This is amazing.
We've been missing you.
And I missed you too.
Now I got to bring a young lady out, Flo Anthony. You know, you guys threw a party once
yes,
for the
we
Oscars.
Did. We threw an Oscar party. Yes,
last
we did.
year.
Yeah, last
Flo
year.
Anthony, come on out here, Flo. Is she wired? We're a wireless society right now. Flo, this is the long walk of fame, my darling.
Hey, I love it. You know, Miss America pageant was just the other night.
I know.
Hi, Joey. How
Radio
are you? Thanks
person.
for having me. Mwah.
Isn't he great?
He was wonderful.
Yeah, he was great. He's too talented. He's not allowed here anymore.
Oh.
So, Flo, how do you know each other?
Well, we met a long time ago, but last year we got together and actually gave an Oscar party together. And then Norwood was very gracious last year and even gave me a birthday party at his fabulous estate in Hancock Park out there in Los Angeles.
Oh, let's talk about Hancock Park. I almost moved there in the 70s. And that's a community that is in the flats of Los Angeles. And it's very well established, old, real big money. And when they didn't want to hire guards anymore, they put a car at the entranceway of the gate and a stick with a hat on it, as if they had a guard.
Wow.
Well, you know, Norwood is the king of Hancock Park.
Well, they probably
He got the
changed.
crown and
I
everything.
was inducted the King of Hancock Park 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because when I first moved to the neighborhood, it was not a good thing for the neighbors because in 1937 there were covenants in that neighborhood that you couldn't sell your home to anyone black or non-Orthodox Jew.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So yeah, so when I leased the property initially, so it never went through the banks, the real estates, or the homeowners association. So when I actually bought the house, I bought it cash, so it never went through any of those situations. And when they found out that I actually purchased the house, they tried to have me removed. Nat King Cole lived on the same street, and as you know, they burned crosses in his lawn. So yeah, so I fought for many years, and Johnny Cochran, the great honorable Johnny Cochran, pro bono, won all my cases they brought against me. It was a serious thing. And since then, LA City Beat, because of my fights and struggles, inducted me to King of Hancock Park.
Bob Crew used to live there. Do you know Bob?
No, I don't know
Bob was the producer of the Four Seasons.
Okay.
And he now lives in the hills, you know, I think Kings Road.
Well, now I'm just getting to know my neighbors now.
Well, but you know, I lived in LA for a dozen years, and I had a lot of different locations. You know, I was running from the law.
Okay.
No, I got sober in LA.
Okay.
And I got loaded in LA, and I got sober in LA.
Me too. We're more connected than I
Oh
thought.
my God, we got all those wonderful meetings. If it ends in A, I go to the damn meeting.
Oh, man. Oh, I remember those meetings, man.
Now, Flo here is a gossip.
Yes, she is.
And you know, dear heart.
I don't know if I like the way you said
My
it.
dear heart. Now, just a minute.
Okay.
You know, I really don't live off of gossip. I've learned that it takes the paint off of furniture.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
one of the objections that I have, not with you, I love people and I love you, so
Thank you.
you're above the law.
All right.
But the rule that I have, I don't do that on the show, you know, as a rule. Now, once in a while I'll slip. But it's unavoidable. But, you know, we have a society that, I was talking about this last night on the air, that shifted from news to gossip. Because gossip is cheaper. News, you got to spend money to gather. Gossip, you just go from...
Well, you have to gather gossip also. I don't know if it costs money to gather it, but you also have to gather it. I think the tabloids would think you have to, you know, it costs money to gather it because they pay a lot of money for a lot of stories. Or at least they used to. You know, it's changed now. Nobody's paying for anything anymore, so...
Well, L.A. began with Confidential magazine. And then, of course, there was Verona Barrett, who came along and made an art out of it on television. She's the author of Entertainment Tonight, you know. That was her show. That was her idea.
When I was a little kid, they used to call me the Black Rona Barrett, and nobody ever knew that this was really the vocation that I would end up with.
Wow.
Well, you like the personalities and you like tracking them, I guess. Is that more like it?
I like people, And I think that people are really entranced with celebrities. You know, in America, we don't have any royalties or a monarchy, so I guess celebrities are the closest that GQ Public can get to it. And so that's why they're just, you know, so obsessed, you know, with wanting to know everything about them. And in this day and age, it's even gotten worse, you know, because you have all this reality TV, you've gotten regular people turning into celebrities, and then at night, you've got, you know, celebrity show after celebrity show on television and even during the day. You know, I mean, so, you know, Access Hollywood now even does a show at noon every day, Access Live. So celebrities, you know, really is where it's at all day.
Well,
with people wanting
way of life.
information.
Now, you know those shows that are on after the news,
Yes.
or before the news, depending
Yes.
on when you see them.
Uh-huh.
The Entertainment Tonight and the Access Hollywood, and then there's the other one.
Yeah.
There's 4 or 5 of them.
Yes.
I see. They all have music under them. That rhythm. They have that trailer music, you know, to keep you on edge.
Edge, you know,
and they
throughout
edit.
it
They
all.
edit it like, you know, it's like going to a sideshow and a carnival. But I guess, are we used to watching this clutter this way? Is that what it is, or are they just trying to find something we like somewhere and they're scrambling? I don't know what the thinking is.
I don't know if we're used to watching clutter. I wouldn't call it clutter, but you know, sometimes it is a little bit of overkill. You know, overkill with certain celebrities and you know, and certain shows. But I still think that everyday people are just so curious about, you know, what all these people are doing. That's why paparazzi are following, you know, celebrities every single place they go, and they're still getting big money for pictures, and celebrities are running from them. And you know, I mean, it's a crazy world out there, Joey.
They're not going to do this to me, are they?
They might, especially tonight, you know. You got Norwood in the ear.
Well, you know what it is that when a lobster is hungry, it eats its own claw. And I've been noticing that the new guy on CNN, he's interviewing everybody who's doing what he does. You know, he had Oprah.
He started out with Oprah. The next night he had Howard Stern. Yeah.
You know,
Piers Morgan. Yeah.
They like kind of like, why are we not interviewing each other now? This is a craft, you know.
Well, you know what? It's amazing. The Oprah interview was brilliant because those were like maybe the highest ratings that, you know, I don't know if Larry King even got that, but the next night with Howard Stern, they really fell. And then the next night, I think he had Ricky Gervais on following last week's awards show, the Golden Globes, and it fell even more. Wow. So it's very interesting.
Well, the ratings are happenstance. I mean, I don't want to start putting them down because we got to live with them a little bit. But they're random sampling. It's not accurate, you know. But it's best we got, they say.
Yeah.
But we don't have it.
I think it kind of reflects the American public. I think they really do.
Well, I'll tell you something. I took a rating today. And I told you this earlier. I was in the dressing room with you, you know, when you were having that wonderful makeup put on me.
Yeah.
You know, I was today went over to Sargent's Deli, and no one had seen the show there, but one guy, and then I went over to the Friars, and a few people had seen the show, and I was thinking, gee, that's wonderful that anyone actually saw this thing.
There was a great article too about you on Media Bistro.
Yeah.
Yesterday, it was lovely.
Well, I don't know where this is going. I mean, not the conversation with you, but I don't know where the show is going. You can't tell.
I mean, you're only just starting out. I think it'll go a lot of places. You
can't
got a
tell,
great
though. You
set,
don't
great
know.
guests. You're great. What
Well,
more can you want?
I don't know, because you don't know, these people are goofy. You know, I mean, they vote for things that sometimes you wouldn't think that would fly.
Yeah, you would never think that different shows. You would never think like the Kardashian sisters are taking over television, are famous for
You
I don't know what.
I have 2 daughters, and if they ever did that to me after I die, I want you to have them removed immediately from the planet.
If they ever did what?
What those 3 girls, or are they 4? How many are there?
There's
today?
actually 5.
How many do
These
they have?
2 little ones.
Well, that guy, he needed surgery.
Oh, I think he had a lot of surgery.
we got to take a break. Am I ending the segment before you want to say something? Because I don't want to get the last word in here.
No, you can get the last word. It's your show.
So far. So Norwood Young, who's got a CD, right?
CD
and a book.
And a book. Yep, the book is available at Amazon, BarnesandNobles.com.
And I think then you have your own reality show too.
I did on E.
Yeah,
and we're in development for a new one, which will be great and of substance.
Right, and
something
the red
you'll
carpet.
be proud of.
They had the red carpet. I got a movie that's coming out, which is called Aaron Bacon, which I'm in. I'm in that film.
okay.
Oh, fantastic.
They have a green carpet for me.
Oh, all right. I love it.
I'm new. And Flo Anthony. We'll be right back. Oh, Rick Younger's coming out. Okay.
Steve, I can't get the files on the Sanders case to print. Printers are down again.
Steve, the wireless network and all the servers are completely down on the 4th floor.
That's it. Denise, I'm done with that company. Call ASAP NetSource. Also, tell them we need an on-site tech for some installs we got going on next week.
Dad, the printer isn't working again, and I have to hand in this report tomorrow morning.
And the internet's down again.
And we're out of toner, too.
I know just who to call.
Let ASAP NetSource be your only source for your office and home.
Picture wonderful guests, terrific music, and comics that are really funny, and a host that's okay. That's me, Joey Reynolds, on NBC's New York Nonstop, and what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for all night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC desktops and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
Before we bring Rick Younger out here, I want to talk to Flo for a couple minutes because she's got a nationally syndicated radio show. You're on a lot of stations right now, right?
Yeah, maybe about 30 stations. And around the country, it's called Gossip on the Go with Flo. But here in New York on WWRL, it's called Flo Anthony's Big Apple Buzz.
And you live here?
Yeah, I live here. I live in Spanish Harlem.
Oh, so do I.
Oh,
so
okay.
where do you put all of this gossip? I mean, you have containments?
I have it sitting in buckets around the house.
That's what I thought.
And just throw it in there when I get
Do you have anybody help you get this stuff?
Oh, yeah. Well, you have a lot of sources.
Yeah.
You have to go out. You know, nowadays you check a lot of things on the internet. I really don't believe in taking stuff from blogs, though, because a lot of bloggers are just out there just saying anything they want to. But there's certain blogs that are actually pretty good. You know, they get pretty good pictures from parties the night before, so you can kind of gather what's, you know, going on there. There's people you learn to know after all the years I've been in this business, because I actually started out at page 6 of the New York Post.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you learn to know who to trust.
So page 6 was Murdoch at the time?
Yeah, it was Murdoch at the time
Well, he's the father of a lot of this right now because, you know, he keeps the game going.
Yeah.
And I guess it should be said, and it will, that The Confidential was the first magazine, but then the first tabloid was from Mr. Pope in Lantana, Florida. You know, he put the Enquirer.
The National Enquirer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now...
and there was the Globe and the Weekly World News. Those are the ones that are at the supermarket checkout. That was his idea.
His idea, yeah.
And the racking made the difference for people to have accessibility to...
Well, that's with any magazine sales. But what I wanted to say is I've kind of come full circle because I started out at page 6 of the New York Post with Frank DiGiacomo, and now he heads up the Gatecrasher column in the New York Daily News, and I've been doing, you know, a little bit of stringing for him. So, you know, I've kind of...
Well, the Murdoch thing also, he bought the Mirror in London.
Yes.
and made that a tabloid, or was it the Sun? One of the I forget the name.
Whichever. They're all over in London. They're all tabloids.
You know what he did? He was on a talk about gossip. This is a guy that married a younger girl for his next marriage. You know I'm not going to work on Fox after this.
Well, you're on NBC.
But he
so
married
it's
a young lady, and in the middle of having his honeymoon in London, he got up and bought a .com company. That's how driven this guy was. And did you know that?
I didn't know
I don't
that,
think you put
but
that in page
.com
6.
was the way to go.
Well, it was in the English papers, you know.
Oh, okay.
Probably the one that competes with him. But he's an interesting guy because he's adventuresome and progressive. I think probably politically they've got that real solid left. Is it left? What side is a Republican? Left or right? I don't know anymore. I don't know my right.
Conservative.
Yeah, you know, whatever it is, they got those same guys.
It's left, but we'll call it conservative.
Yeah, and you know, I lean the other way. You know, I'm almost a communist.
Well, I'm a liberal, so.
Well, yeah, well, that's a communist.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah. No, I love Professor Owen Corey, who says that we ought to really take, he's 97 years old, and he's dismissed
So very
often.
wise.
Very wise.
Yes.
He says the buses and subways should be free in New York City. We should just get on them and get off of them, eliminating turnstiles, waiting lines, fares.
People jumping over the turnstiles.
Yeah, because we just automatically pay for it in our taxes. He said when a fire truck comes to your house, you don't give them money.
I think they want it now, though. Did you read that? That fire trucks actually want money for responding to emergency calls. Or
See,
EMS.
now they're going the other way with it.
Yeah.
They probably are
They
on
want you to
Fox.
pay them.
They're on Fox. They want to hold a credit card up, right?
You know?
We had a MasterCard. I had a 3-alarmer.
Oh,
but I
boy.
have an 800 score fire. So are you still looking for gossip? I mean, you looking for anything?
Yeah, you got something for me?
Baby, I'm holding.
Oh.
I'm going to bring Rick Younger out here. Now, Rick is not, he's not my very favorite person.
Oh.
Because he's becoming bigger than I am on network television.
Yeah,
and, you know,
I see
and
him
he
in the mornings.
He started on my show, so, you know, he's kind of moving ahead of me.
Oh.
There's a little jealousy here. Is there any jealousy in the gossip business?
Oh, I think there's a whole bunch of it. Backstabbing, jealousy, all sorts of stuff.
Tell me. So here's Rick Younger. Come on, Rick. Come on out here. Let's bring him into this.
He has a certain swagger. As
He does have a swagger. and he has a.
What are you talking about with the swagger? Oh, not me. I would never gossip about
Oh, Rick, all right.
Now, feel free to gossip about me all you want. You know,
Yeah.
People need to know who I am. People are like right now, who is Rick Younger? Who is Rick Younger? RickYounger.net. I'm going to change my name to RickYounger.net. So how's it going, man?
I'm doing good. I got into the building
you
tonight.
moving on up, man. I'm just like...
They let me in. It's always good, you know, when they let you. I signed in as Bin Laden.
Oh.
You know, security's a little lax.
Yeah.
Now, Rick has been on the Today Show.
Yes, I've watched.
And he does this thing, this opinion thing. It's the guy's view.
Yes.
That's about it, the segment
guys,
that you do, right?
Guys Tell All is what it's called. And
Yeah. Are you still doing that?
I just did it this morning.
You got very sharp from the first time I met you, you know.
You know what, Joey, I just want to thank you. Because of you, I mean, it's like, I think that my ability to just jump in on the Today Show comes from having been on your radio show. And then, recently, you know, I was in the movie Morning Glory.
Right.
And I went to the premiere. And I had to walk down the red carpet, and people started asking me questions. You know, they don't let you know what the questions are going to be. And I jumped right back in because Joey, you know how it is. You like, look, jump in with and get in where you fit in. I remember I used to sit around waiting for him to ask me some questions so I could do some stuff. And eventually I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to start jumping in. Like, look, I've been talking ever since I've been out here. You know why? Because you taught me how to do that.
Yeah, and you're great at it. I told you, this guy's, he's dangerous. Flo. Why am I having my competition on the show here?
I don't know. You know what? I do have a little gossip about him, though. Back in the green room.
Yeah, let's talk about that green room.
Back in the green room.
How come your green room don't have no greens?
No, wait a minute. Back in the green room, your producer thought Morning Glory was Sleeping Beauty, and Rick here was just going to let her run with it.
Yeah,
I
thought she was talking to
all of a
another
sudden
dude.
He says,
She's like,
Sleeping Beauty.
She's like, he was in Sleeping
Morning
Beauty.
Glory.
I was like,
I said, okay.
There was a guy in Sleeping Beauty.
Do you know what movie you were in?
Well, Rick is multi-talented, and I'm going to put him on the spot here because we don't have an arrangement. And I mean, in any way, shape, or form, an arrangement. I didn't tell him we were going to do it. But he will do, we only got about a minute of this, but I want you to do your Stevie Wonder for us.
Oh,
even though you don't have the dreads.
I don't have the dreads. I don't even have my sunglasses. All right.
Put you on the spot.
For once in my life, I had someone who needed me, someone I needed so long. For once I have something I know won't desert me. Somehow I know I'll be strong. For once I can say, this is mine, you can take it. Long as I know I have love, I can make it. For once in my life, I have someone who needs me. Can I play, Joey? Can I play?
Where's that?
Tell me when my minute's up. You're like my phone carrier. I'm like, when are my minutes up?
You're on someone else's minute.
All right.
Don't worry about it. It's great, Rick. It's great.
You know that was so wrong.
Thank you.
That is so wrong.
Great, but so wrong.
You're just lucky that Stevie's not watching this.
He got people though.
He does have people. I'm going to report what I said. I pay people to not sing those songs. No, you're great. You're great. The Rick Younger Show is what he's been doing. You know, he came up through stand-up comedy, doing these things that don't tell mamas and various clubs that don't pay, 2-drink minimum clubs. And he got married. He has a baby now. He comes from a very good family in Maryland. Yeah. And he's got a car.
Yeah, which I did not drive tonight.
No.
No.
But you know, Rick's come a long way, and now he's on the Today Show. You see him doing that routine that he does there, and also the films and the commercials. McDonald's commercial you're on with your wife is on one of them. I mean,
I just want to be like you and get my own mug.
Yeah.
It is pretty nice, isn't it?
No.
There is no green in this entire business, let alone the room. No, I'm happy that you're doing real well. It's exciting to see people who were right down there working his way up to the top like this, and you're not done. You're not done.
I'm kind of like in the middle right now.
I know, and it's great. And he's lost weight. You got on the regimen.
Said that in the green room too.
Yeah. See, you listen. I like.
Oh, I listen. That's what I do for a living. I don't miss a trick.
Yeah, the listen part's okay, but I think you also talk.
Yeah, the things that I hear when I'm listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the dirt, babe?
Let me see. Well, today, I'm trying to think of stories that I did today.
Don't do it.
Okay, you know. I'm not going to talk about Oprah and her long-lost sister or any of that kind of stuff.
I think she's living with her long-lost sister, Gail.
Oh.
No,
that's her BFF.
Now, you know, I have a relationship with her, too, through the years, and I mentioned it on the air before. The woman who discovered Oprah and put her on television in Baltimore is Sherry Burns. Mm-hmm. She lives in Jacksonville, Florida. She saw me at a 12-step meeting in Miami. I guess it was 1987, because I was here in 85. And she hired me to go on television every day in Miami.
I'm Sherry Burns. Keep a secret who's over at the 12-step meetings. Well, I got in trouble with that one time.
Well, that's okay for me.
It wasn't very anonymous.
It's my meeting.
Okay, she was there, but go ahead.
It's my anonymity.
You know, then we have even more, even fewer degrees of separation.
How's that?
Because you know, Oprah was in Baltimore
with Richard
Scher.
Yeah.
When she was in Baltimore, she came to my church when I was a little boy. As a matter of fact, my time is running out. I guess I'm gonna have to get on the Oprah network because my goal is to eventually let her know what she did for me when I was a little boy. I went up to get her autograph after she spoke at my church, and I looked up to her, and she said, "You have the prettiest brown eyes." And that's the first time anybody outside of my family ever said something like that to me. Because I grew up in the 70s/80s when light skin was king, and I had a light skinned older brother. I grew up feeling ugly. And when she told me that, and I felt, I felt beautiful, and I always wanted to share that with her. So Oprah,
that's
if you
why
watching,
she got $2 billion.
Because she make you feel beautiful.
Make you feel beautiful.
So I knew her a little bit when Sherry introduced us. We'd go to the conventions together, and she was just starting out for King World, And I've had some talks with her, and I'll tell you, she told me, this is years ago now. I mean, time has really passed us all by. It goes quickly. She said to me, I said, "What can I do on the show?" And she said, "Just be yourself." And that's what I do. I've done the same thing ever since she said that. I mean, it's interesting how you have some people in your life who become bigger than life. And yet, when they were down there, they gave you that little boost. I hope to do that. That's my desire. And I think Oprah's been so great with that. And it's a race. There's a race for life. You race to the finish line. I can't wait until, I know I'm being preachy, but I can't wait for us where the race for what we want to achieve in this life is for service. That the person who gets to do the best service. You know, I like our president because he brings people in. It's not a party thing. It's because he's trying to make bring everybody in. You know, he was on television and they all criticized him again after everybody was together. Republicans and Democrats sat together. Then after it was over, they all went to their corners and they do this again. How are we ever going to somewhere find the one guy or woman that's going to please everybody?
I don't think we ever will. Everyone
that.
is always going to have something negative to say, no matter how positive something
Now, tell me if I'm wrong, and you can do it. Rick, you're real good at criticizing me in a nice way. But tell me if I'm wrong. If this guy can't do that, what do we have him for? And if two parts.
That is a good question.
And if we don't get together on all of this, who then? What are we going to do? I mean, everybody's got to get together for something.
Well, I don't know if this will help, but my son is biracial. And I remember, whenever I go out with my family, you can always see people who, want to show their approval. It's always funny. People want to show how liberal they are. They see us, they smile, and they point, and they see him and go, future president. Like they think all biracial people are going to now be president from now on. And I guess no matter what he does, I can remember how things were right after he was elected. And if that was the only thing he ever did, the feeling that he gave us as a country at that time, then that right there is already a massive achievement. I remember eating at a diner on the Upper West Side, and it was this older guy. He was in his 70s, and he was like, I can die now. He's like, I was out there, and I was participating in the civil rights movement, and he's like, this is the happiest day of my life. It was like, and then he was talking to me, a younger black guy. Then the Jewish guy over here heard the conversation. He jumped in. And I was like, for a short period of time, it was that whole feeling that we always talked about, that we always said this country was about. And it happened on that day when he was elected. And I remember my son was only about a month old. And I actually literally went over to his crib and said, now you can be anything you want to be.
That's wonderful. All right.
Very moving.
Well, yeah, you got to talk like this sometimes.
Yeah,
somewhere.
you do. You have to be serious.
And I'm not picking a side. I'm really not. I'm trying to be very, just right down the middle because I want everybody to come together. I don't know what to do, except you get on the air here, and you have the power of this television is very powerful, and it's influential, and it's also got a little side to it that's, I think it's very political right now. I would like to bring us all together somehow, and let's put differences aside and realize that a nation divided can't stand.
No, not at all.
All right, I got real serious, but we're gonna.
I love it.
It's all right. It's late. It's never too late. Kate Taylor's going to come out here in a minute, and she's James Taylor's brother. Wonderful. Our sister.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to correct you. This is your show.
It was.
James Taylor's sister.
So we're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back. And Oprah's new network, where Rick is going to be seen on.
Maybe you should give me a show too.
Speak it into being. Hey, let's do this
Because
together.
Flo Anthony's going to have a show, and I'm going to be
Flo
on.
and Rick show.
I'm going to be on the Oprah Oxygen Network, but they're going to turn the air off that day. We'll be right back.
When New York celebrities have something to say, they head for the stoop.
This is my stoop. I gotta come to the stoop.
Talk Stoop.
I feel like we're so close that we could kiss. This is a whole other kind of stoop.
It's where Kat Greenleaf gets people talking.
What? Really?
Yep.
That's amazing. Yes. Listen, Naked. Do you mind if I call you Naked?
Tell me something good.
The best of New York on a stoop in Brooklyn.
The celebrity butts that have graced the stoop.
Talk Stoop, weeknights at 8 on New York Nonstop. Sponsored by Cozy. Life should be delicious.
I'm an anchor and a pilot.
I am passionate about chocolate.
I am a ballerina.
I'm the daughter of a jazz musician.
I am a 4-time New York Golden Glove champion.
I'm my grandpa. Yeah,
I'm interested in the story behind the story.
I'm making this look natural.
I am glamorous.
I'm an anchor and a blues girl.
I am all about my craft.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I'm a New Yorker.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I recommend this steak.
This place is
fantastic. I recommend this place.
We're all about New Yorkers. LX New York. It's the story of the moment. A taste of the best. It's opening night. A helping hand. The characters of New York. The spirit of New York. Told our way. LX New York. Weekdays at 5. We're all over town.
This is the window that Bill Gates wishes he had. The window on Times Square. It's the window to the whole world, and we're so privileged to be here every night from the NASDAQ building, which is at 43rd and Broadway. And as we are on the show with these wonderful surprise guests and great talents that are many times hidden, we're privileged to have some of the great ones that are family members who you don't know entirely, and maybe you don't know that they're connected. I introduced just now, a moment ago, Livingston Taylor is the brother of James Taylor, not Kate. But here's Kate Taylor right now. Come on out, Kate. Oh my God, I'll get it right. A few months and we'll have all the things ironed out of the show, including the wrinkles on my face. Come on, come on, Kate.
I'm just strolling.
You're doing a stroll. Come on, that's an old dance.
Hi, honey.
How are you, sweetheart?
Hi.
Come on.
Mm.
Good. Come
Good
on,
to
sit
see
down
you.
here.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I want to get close to you.
Join me.
All right.
I'm coming apart. Remember that.
Man, how are you? This is nice. This
Isn't it
is
nice?
very nice
Yeah,
here.
we got nice digs here.
I think
But
so.
you live in Martha's Vineyard, so let's not be making.
I do.
Yeah.
That's why. And so now I like to think of it as island hopping.
I
I'm going
see.
from one island down to Manhattan Island.
This is a little different kind of an island.
Yeah, thank goodness. This is really nice. I love Manhattan.
This is vertical. This city is vertical.
That's right.
Martha's Vineyard is horizontal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Plus, which we have all that horizon.
Yeah.
You look out over the
Oaks Bluff.
Oak Bluffs.
Oak
yeah.
Bluff, yeah.
Oak Bluffs. Yeah.
Home of the famous Chappaquiddick. Is that side?
No,
Which side?
that's in Edgartown. Chappaquiddick is off of Edgartown.
I don't know the island too much because
Well, you
I don't have any money.
You got to come up and visit me. That's all.
Well, when you look out the window, what do you see at your home in Martha's Vineyard?
I see a beautiful
I know. Wait,
field.
I already know. You see fire. You see rain.
I see that too. I see beautiful sunrise. I see a meadow. I see at the end of the day, I get to see the sun set. I see a lot of water, birds.
Yeah.
the wind. It's beautiful out there.
You were born in North Carolina, was it?
I was born in Boston.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought the family's from the Carolinas.
Well, we grew up in North Carolina. My dad was from North Carolina, and our mother was from Newburyport, Massachusetts, which is up on the coast, up north of Boston.
Yeah.
And they met in Boston when my father was in school there, and my mother was in school in Boston, and they met.
So who's
And
the
they
oldest? Is
started-
Livingston?
No, our brother Alex was the oldest.
Oh, so you had Alex, Livingston, James,
No.
and no.
You want to go in chronological order?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Alex, James, Kate, Livingston, and Hugh.
And all the Taylors are musical.
Yes.
Every one of you has got a gig.
It's in there and it's got to come out. Yeah, we are all musical. We had I've kind of traced it back to the gene. We've isolated the gene. It's the ham gene.
Yeah.
My mother's, I have a great auntie on my mother's side, and she had a hit song in the 1890s, which was in London. She performed it. She had a huge hit with it. It was such a big hit that you know the song.
It's probably a cylinder.
It might be on Cylinder.
Yeah.
And if anybody could, if anybody can help me find.
What
the
was
cylinder.
it like? Yes, sir, that's my baby.
No, it was Tarara Boom Die.
Ta-ra-ra boombi.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a song. I
Yeah.
always thought that was just a cheer.
Yeah, no, it was a song, and it was rather scandalous because she showed a little too much ankle.
Oh yeah, in those days.
Yeah,
I think Hillary Clinton did that last night at the.
Did she?
Yeah.
Good for her.
You don't want to show a little too much leg. You'll never get to be president again. Now, are you happy to have this appearance at Feinstein's?
I'm playing at Feinstein's on Friday
night.
I love bringing my cowgirl cabaret to Feinstein's.
I saw you. I introduced you one year.
I know. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, it was
that
wonderful.
was really nice. Yeah, I love going in there. It's a great room. It's kind of a, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful room, and the sound is excellent in there, and the folks who work there are so nice.
Yeah, well, they better be.
Yeah.
They're paying you big money.
Yeah. But I love going in there to play, and it's a nice place for the audience to come.
What songs are you going to do that's...
I'm going to do a collection of a lot of different types of stuff.
Not country stuff, is it?
I've got
You
some
do?
country, I've got some R&B, I do a little gospel, I do some folk songs, I do some, Scottish ballads, I do...
You didn't write that.
No. Now, although my dad's people are from Scotland, so there's a lot of Scottish in us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when we see you on Friday, will we have
You
that
gonna come?
2-drink minimum that I don't drink anymore,
Right.
So I don't want to pay $70 for a Diet Pepsi.
Is that what they
No,
ask?
I'm just joking. I always make fun of Feinstein's because it's an elegant place. It's a very lovely place.
Yeah, it's a really nice place.
I just like picking.
Well, but you're not drinking booze anymore. Well, they got to give you a break on the price.
Yeah, I asked for the cookies. So you're all set to do this big performance here tonight too, right?
I know we're going to sing a song. My friend Steve Mayone is here with me, and he plays guitar, and we're going to do a number for you.
Is this something you wrote?
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll sit on my show. You've done it before.
Yes.
You'll just play the guitar.
Yeah.
And riff a little. I like that. I like when you do that.
Yeah.
But tonight we're a little more formal.
Yeah, we're gonna stand up and we're gonna lay this.
Did you actually rehearse this?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I like it when you just impromptu, when you're riffing.
Okay, so no, I didn't rehearse this at all.
I want to mention something too. Before I just had it in the back of my head. Peter Wheatfall and I are friends. He was the guy who brought the Time Warner Building Samsung. He was marketing director for Samsung.
Okay.
And he goes to Martha's Vineyard, and he gave me a disc of your brother's former wife.
Okay.
Carly Simon.
Carly Simon, yeah.
She has a store there, he said. Is that right?
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it her store? Do you want
Well, I'm not sure exactly about the business arrangement, and our friend Tamara Weiss actually kind of runs the store, but I think Carly does have something to do with the ownership of it.
Yeah, because he brought me one of her records, and he said he got it at the Carly Simon store. I said, the store? She owns a store? She thinking of opening a chain?
It's a beautiful store. Yeah, it's really nice, and Tamara does an excellent job in there. Yeah.
Maybe you can get her to carry my mugs.
It's called Midnight Farm. Oh, look at this, all night. All night.
Well, they know that. We exploited that one last night.
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, and my daughter, I try to get her to get a website up so that we can make some money on the side,
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
It's okay to do that, ain't it?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll open a store in Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, everybody should have an all night with Joey Reynolds mug. I got to have one. Where do I get one?
You can have that one.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I
love it.
My lips are on it. I hope you don't mind that.
That makes it all the better.
I don't know about that. So are you going to sing a little song for us?
Yeah,
all right.
we
Just
are.
hold on. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and then we have Kate Taylor. We'll be right back.
Steve, I can't get the files on the Sandoz case to print. Printers are down again.
Steve, the wireless network and all the servers are completely down on the 4th floor.
That's it. Denise, I'm done with that company. Call ASAP NetSauce. Also, tell them we need an on-site tech for some installs we got going on next week.
Dad, the printer isn't working again, and I have to hand in this report tomorrow morning.
And the internet's down again.
And we're out of toner, too.
I know just who to call.
Let ASAP NetSource be your only source for your office and home.
Picture wonderful guests, terrific music, and comics that are really funny, and a host that's okay. That's me, Joey Reynolds, on NBC's New York Nonstop, and what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for all night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC desktops and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
Open up that store in Martha's Vineyard. I'm going to sell Kate Taylor discs, counterfeit them. I want to, Daniel, before we go to this song thing, I want you to show everybody last night what happened to my car last night. I want you to just give them an idea of what's been going on in Times Square now that we're out of the blizzard of what is it? Which blizzard are we calling that? See my car last night? See that? These are the kinds of nights that you wish they would repossess the vehicle. Because it's the only way you're going to dig out. This is like the economy. Nobody is going to dig that out. It's frozen. All right, Kate's ready to perform, and she's great. And you have a guitar player with you, too. Kate, who is that with you?
Steve Mayo.
Steve Mayo?
Mm-hmm, Mayo.
Ooh, skip the Mayo. I want to watch you alone, baby. No, here you are, just making fun of his name. Nobody likes that. Here's the wonderful Kate Taylor.
Calm down, cool your jets. Nothing you do's gonna get you there yet. Squealing battle, but I'm in control. Steaming to whatever's down the road. Debt, mortgage, interest rate, overdraft, expiration past the due date. Hanging on with that snowtail, keeping my behind out of jail. Brake job, rebate, refund, holiday on tax. Will it make a difference? Get my card off the max. Full tip boogie, nowhere to live. Get me a brake job before they give a lesson to line. You truly feel you got to deal with it. Squeaky wheel. Brake job. Brake job. Dizzy circles, drinks and ice, fast cars and rolling dice. I am email, iPod and iPhone, text at the wheel. Where did we go wrong? What went wrong? Find a patch of sunlight where I can slow the pace. Get the rotors and the pads replaced. And take a deep breath and warm my bones. And give me a brake job and bring it home. Brake job. Brake job. Brake job. Where did we go wrong? What went wrong? What went wrong? What went wrong? Brake job.
Wow, that's wonderful. Oh man, that's great. Kate Taylor, and she got a really good nod from the Rolling Stone people. The Rolling Stone magazine, they gave her 3 joints, right? No, she got 3 stars for her Beautiful Road CD. She's still making the music, writing it, and being a wonderful performer. She'll be at Feinstein's on Friday night. Tomorrow night you'll be able to see her in person, and you go over there, and I'm sure you'll be able to see Mr. Mayo with her as well. And it's always a great show. She's a great entertainer, and she mixes it up with a lot of good music and fun. And I'm endorsing her, so that's why I'm bragging about her. She's my friend, Kate Taylor. Coming back after this break will be Stone and Stone. Now, these are 2 guys, speaking of being stoned, these are 2 guys who are very wonderfully joined at the hip, but they talk over each other, and they're brothers, and genuinely brothers. So let's take a break, and another one, and we'll come back with more of this all-night madness with Joey Reynolds on NBC New York Nonstop. Be right back.
I can't believe it. This is the 3rd time this month my PC crashed. The last crash cost me $2,500 and they only restored a portion of my data.
You should check out this new online backup software called Desk Protect. I can easily recover from a crash at any time.
Desk Protect? Must be complicated.
Not at all. With Desk Protect, you just run a simple installation process, and within minutes, you can select the data you need protected.
Sounds expensive.
How's less than $6 a month sound?
$6 a month. Even I can afford that.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC, desktops, and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
Picture wonderful guests, terrific music, and comics that are really funny, and a host that's okay. That's me, Joey Reynolds, on NBC's New York Nonstop, and what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for all night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop. Well, when the Stones were born, something went wrong. The two brothers are here. And we'll talk to them after they talk to us. Here's Stone and Stone. Hi, guys.
Hey, Joey.
How are you? We are so glad to be
excited
here.
to be
As
here.
always,
This is so much fun.
Fantastic set.
In this
you look
snow.
terrific.
You
by the
do
way.
look great.
You
We'll
look
talk later
10,
about
15
that.
years young. Anyway,
Yes, but
so
anyway,
I actually
we are
I'm single.
twins, and
we're twins.
and
I'm
Todd's
Todd. This is
single.
Adam.
I'm Adam.
And my
Todd's
brother has
single.
a serious girlfriend, but I'm
I do.
single. And admittedly, I go to some of these Jewish dating events here in New York.
Yes.
And inevitably, there are always some non-Jewish girls there, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I can always tell which ones they are because they're Asian.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Yeah, and I can
That's
be
our
like,
little
oh, that
secret.
one
It's
might
like she
be,
might not be
and it's
Jewish.
our little trick, and that's
because,
fine.
that's
but
okay.
it's yeah, exactly.
But that's what's so great. Thank you, Joe. Like that. That's what's so great about being in New York City. You know, it's so open and diverse, and it's a place where everyone feels comfortable with themselves. You know, like there's a lot of people here who are gay and openly black. You know, it's very nice
Why
that
not be?
people
You
feel
gotta be
comfortable
open
with
about those
themselves to
things.
share that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You know, a lot of people think that just because we're twins, we're exactly the same, and that's not true. We
No.
actually have many differences.
We do.
And we have a game that we like to play
It's
called
called
Notice the
Notice.
Differences.
Why don't you start?
We're going to
Yeah.
play. Okay, ready, everyone? Okay, notice the differences. My favorite color is red.
My favorite color is blue.
My favorite flavor is vanilla.
My favorite flavor is chocolate.
I like dogs.
I do drugs.
Yes. Yeah. I've slept with 25 women.
Between the two of us, we've slept with 25 women. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of women, I like all different shades and ethnicities.
Yeah. My favorite flavor is chocolate.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh, very
I like
nice.
it that
Oh,
way. Yeah,
excellent. Okay, cool. Well, anyway, tell about Uncle Sammy. We just have a couple more things that we want to say. Yeah.
We recently attended our great Uncle Sammy's 100th birthday party, which is
Yeah,
really
it was very exciting. He turned 100 years old.
At the end of the party, people would go up to him and congratulate him.
Yeah, like one
wish him
person
well,
went up
that
to him
sort
and
of
said, like, may you live another 100
thing.
years.
Which is sort of
you know?
ridiculous, right? Because people
Yeah,
don't
but
live
I
for
thought it was a
200
nice
years.
sentiment.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Anyway, so I went up to Uncle Sammy at the end of the party, and I said, Uncle Sammy, and he was like, so I said, straighten out, come on, it's your birthday, you know, we're all here
Yeah.
celebrating.
Yeah.
So he straightened out a little bit, and I said, Uncle Sammy, may you live each day as if it were your last.
Yeah, and I thought
said.
that was a nice thought, you know? Yeah.
Now, granted, he died the following day.
Yes, exactly, yes. But we thought
Yeah,
he
but at least
lived
we think
it,
he
which
lived
is
that
good. And
day,
just one
which is
last story. I
important.
just want to tell a quick story about our grandmother. She also passed away recently.
Yeah.
She died after a long battle with her cleaning lady, and
yeah.
it was horrible.
terrible,
It was
really.
horrible. There
And
was a
we
fight
loved
to
the
the
cleaning
death,
lady as well,
and it
and
was
she
like
loved it.
they
It was
hit
difficult
each
for
other. It
all
was
of us,
hard.
and we didn't want to
Exactly.
go back to that house, really.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
So
thank
we're
you.
gonna
I think
stop
we're
with
going to
that.
stop
Thank you,
there.
guys.
We want to
Thank you,
come and
Kate
talk
and
to you
Joey,
now.
for-
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. There's hundreds of people here. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you. So we'll go here
man,
or
they're
there.
amazing. So Stone and Stone, you haven't gotten the worst of the damage.
Thank you.
These guys have been on with me for a number of years on the radio. It's been 1 year, but it seems like a number of years. That's not that long. It always seems that when they're here for 5 minutes, it seems like a week. They confuse me a little bit. Come on, you guys, come and sit over here. Come on, join it.
Hey, Joey.
Wonderful.
Hey.
Now, what
Thank
Stone
you.
are
Great
you?
to see you.
I'm Todd,
and
I'm
he's
Stone, and
Stone.
he's Stone. Yeah,
And
I'm
yeah,
Todd.
yeah, and I'm Adam.
Are these new or someone?
Those are
These are
cups.
old.
Those are
nice.
cups.
They're
We got
cups.
cups.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Should we take a break, you guys? You want to do that? No, we
Okay.
can do anything you want here. These two are confusing me now.
I'm sorry, but you know what's good, and maybe you wanted to talk on your radio show. People were kind of confused and overwhelmed
They just heard the
by
voices.
us.
But now they can
I don't
see
think that's going to
there are
happen.
two of us. Yeah.
No, they know that you both really are. There are
There
two
are
people.
two of us, as opposed to the others. They could have thought we were playing around.
Yeah, well, they thought it was one of you was doing both voices.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Simultaneously.
Just a fast talker.
You know, you don't want to have a guy who's really got talks out of two sides of his mouth.
No, you don't want that. And we're here to say that we don't do that.
No, but you want two guys who talk out of the sides of
one mouth each. Yeah.
Which is really, and your family. Now,
We are family.
We're
No, I mean your mother, the people who created you.
Yes.
The mommy and the daddy?
Yeah, do you want to
There were two, right?
There were two of them. Yeah.
Do they have this kind of dialogue when...
No, I think probably maybe when they were conceiving of us, they were talking like this.
Yeah,
and it could have happened.
That's why this
but no,
happened.
you know, they're very nice and normal.
Oh, they're the best.
And I think we're normal. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Well, I mean, what do you think?
I think that they needed a better exit plan.
A better, yeah.
But no.
Well, did he pull out too? I thought you meant
No, I
exit.
meant that.
That's
I
what
did
you
mean
meant.
that.
Okay.
We actually know where we were conceived. We asked our parents, and they showed us.
Oh, yeah?
It was in a little place that they rented in the Hamptons.
Yeah.
And we saw the room and everything. And people are generally weirded out by that. But
it wasn't a bar or anything.
Why
it
not
was
know
like
where
legitimate.
it happened, where it all started?
Well, what sign are you?
I don't know.
I'm
not into that.
I
But
don't know about that.
We're born on March 22nd.
Yeah.
I was born into the sign of taxi because she didn't make it.
Okay.
That's just one of those signs.
Nice.
I like.
And a very bad old Catskills joke.
No, that's cute. No, but I like that, and we've thought of material like that, like a herpes or Pisces or like that.
Herpes is not
herpes is not.
Well, it is a sign.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, it's a different kind of sign.
Yeah, and they have various degrees of it. You know?
And they have, and I'm not, but like
nobody's a half Aquarius.
Okay, fine.
Well,
but
can
they
you
could
have
be
a part
a
of
little
herpes,
like a little herpes.
No, you can't. Nobody's on the way to pregnant.
Okay.
I mean, you know these things. Come on, you guys are adults, aren't
Well,
you?
not quite.
Well, normally when people ask us what we are, I don't know.
not.
I just find that people. That is like the most irrelevant thing about someone, what day they're born,
I
right?
agree.
I mean, you can tell
how can
absolutely
that
nothing.
really influence?
Like someone's favorite
I mean, I don't
color.
believe in that stuff. Some people do. and
Someone's
that's
favorite
fine.
color would tell you more about than their birthday.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
hey, people believe in that, and
That's
that's cool.
a fair question.
That's a very good
Do you
question.
subscribe to that stuff?
No.
Okay, good,
No,
good.
I was born to believe that we are individual and everybody is as individual as a snowflake.
That's
which we've had too
beautiful.
many of.
We have.
lately.
And but it's
and actually,
wonderful out
snowflakes,
here.
I love the snow. And here in New York, we're lucky. You really don't feel the snow.
I'm
It's
from
not-
Buffalo. I don't want to hear this.
Oh, okay.
Well,
but you're not. You live here, right?
For years.
Yeah,
you know that.
You're
Of course.
Mr. New
No,
York.
but
I went to NYU. I mean,
yeah.
Buffalo is considered to be Canada.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm a very big Buffalo Bills
he is
fan.
a Bills
I happen to
fan.
be like that's my team.
Well, of all the players, don't forget, I came into the game when
Did you
Cookie
play for them?
Gilchrist. And
Is this going to become a sports show?
No,
That's
no,
fine.
because he doesn't like
No,
sports.
Cookie
But
Gilchrist and OJ.
OJ, sure.
At that time, and Jack Kemp.
Great Bills.
Sure.
All are gone or doing time.
Yeah.
Gone or doing time.
Removed from the game of life.
Interesting. Yeah,
Let
yeah.
alone the game of Buffalo.
I never
football.
thought
So
of
are
it
you
like
still
that.
a fan or not so much?
Not so much now because I've become a Giants fan.
You like winning.
Cool.
You
I like
winning.
winning. This year I kind of like the Jets because New York you got to go with. I mean I like the Mets.
When they're doing well.
First week of the season.
Yeah, exactly.
Every year.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But Todd doesn't like sports, so we
Well,
won't
yeah,
talk
exactly.
about that.
So I'd rather you know. I don't care. In fact,
Oh,
I
you're not
wish
a
I
sissy, are you?
No.
No.
I mean,
But I think like a football ate his family, and so
Is that right?
he's very.
Very fun. No, I mean, I
thought that
appreciate
was
the
funny.
effort.
I
No,
thought
that
that
was
was
funny.
cute.
That
It
was
was
cute.
cute. It wasn't
I think you guys are
hysterical.
both cute.
It wasn't
you know.
hysterical, but it was
not
something.
in that sissy way. But
No. But you guys are. I mean, I can't picture you sewing and
doing
those kinds of
I'm
things.
not good at that.
No.
I mean, I could learn anything.
Do you
right?
sew?
But,
Yes.
Yeah, that's a. See,
I
love
could
sewing.
see you sewing.
Yeah,
I wonder
as
what
a compliment.
I knit.
Yeah,
Good.
knit.
And I also.
And you crochet.
Yeah.
But by the way,
I'm making a doily even as you
that's
speak.
good. Yeah, with your legs.
So, on your toes.
You look great, by the
You
way.
do.
Seriously,
I do.
we've
When we
been
saw
seeing
you
you
on the
out
screen,
there.
we were like, what happened?
And it's so
to him?
nice
He
to,
looks
and for
terrific.
people, we did.
I mean, in a good way.
In a good
You got
way.
maybe a new haircut, which is very.
Well, it's a pigeon do. It's
It's a
because
good
the
do.
regular barber was out, and I had to put some Max on.
Okay,
yeah.
it looks very good.
It's glue.
But you know, really, it's great because we did your radio show a couple times and loved it, and now we're here.
Well, I guess now on TV you gotta look TV ready, maybe.
I don't
You
know.
are.
You always look, or you always look great, but you look even.
But you look
well, you
really
used to wear
good.
glasses. Am I? Right?
Only I wore those things to read.
Oh,
Okay.
And you know, you put them on and they were tinted.
Yeah.
So they looked hip.
Okay. Yeah.
They look like sunglasses.
Yeah,
to me.
and that was the end of it. You know,
Yeah.
I threw those away. No more headphones and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I started in television. I did not start in radio.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that.
I didn't. I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I just never. I'm come around full circle now.
Good
I
man.
love radio.
Yeah.
This is not that I don't love it. I mean, I got my chops in radio and
yeah.
stand-up,
Yeah.
but I really began in television.
Yeah.
And in stand-up.
Cheating. I was cheating. You know, how I got on TV was with Bill Mazer. Do you know Bill Mazer?
I vaguely know the name.
Sports guy.
Okay.
William
That's why.
Mazer?
No,
Or
Bill
no?
Mazer was a sportscaster
Okay.
in Buffalo.
Okay.
And he had a contest for the announcer of the future.
Thank you.
And we had mimeograph machines in those days, and
Yes.
I Xeroxed or mimeographed the votes.
Okay.
And I voted for myself 5,000 times and won the contest.
Oh, wonderful.
Wow.
And that's how you did it.
Sort
And
of
I
like
got
what
caught.
they do on the internet.
I
now.
got caught.
Okay, and?
So they couldn't give me the prize money, but they hired me in sales because I was such a good cheat.
Wow. You know, you hear stories. Can I make a point? You hear stories like that from, you know, great, for lack of a better,
Successful people like
successful
you.
people like you, and in books and stuff. And it makes you wonder, like, is it worth taking those big risks?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, you get-
but then why? But everyone writes about it in their book.
Like for attention or whatever, to do something like ridiculous on this show. like
No,
to
you get
attack
caught.
or
You
something.
You get caught. No, but it led
turned
to
out
something
be something
good. That's
for
what's
you.
so
No,
irritating.
No, that didn't work.
But it did.
No,
You
when I
started
got,
working
when I got
there.
fired after the 60 share rating I had, I nailed my shoes to the door and said, "Fill these."
Okay.
And I nailed my shoes to the manager's door. Bad move.
Bad move.
Everybody thought it was funny,
But it didn't
But the
lead-
guy became the president of ABC.
And then you
Yeah.
got
Bad move.
Bad move. Okay, good.
Like
to know.
tonight, I just shot myself in the foot
How?
for Fox.
Why?
By telling about Rupert Murdoch's sex
Oh,
life.
earlier.
I'm sure that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'll save it back.
Maybe he
I should
appreciated
never have
it.
repeated it.
Don't. Joey's a good guy.
Yeah.
Let him back on.
Yeah.
Whatever. I
Who
think
was
that
that?
helped.
Is he still alive? If he's passed away, then it doesn't matter.
His son is watching.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Well, hi,
Do we
son.
take a break here? Is that it? Have we? You guys are. Somebody
could
was
go
waving their hands.
all- no.
All right, now,
okay.
Abby Dobson is going to come out here and sing. You can hang around. Right?
I'd love to
You
hang
guys,
around.
you know, three of us talking is not a contradiction.
No.
Not too much of an interruption. But we belong together, all of us, all three of us.
I think there's
Should
something.
you want to sit in the middle?
No,
Like, shall I
no,
switch? No.
We
Okay.
belong together because we're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sign thing, astrology.
Yes.
I'm now
Why-
a believer.
I was born under the sign of herpes.
Good.
I'll never forget that one. We'll be right back. Joey Reynolds is my name, and the Stone brothers are here.
Yes.
Stone and Stone.
Thank you. We're happy to
You'll
be
never
here.
forget
Stone,
them.
No,
Stone.
thank
And
you.
to know them
Thank
is
you.
to want to have them removed.
Thank you.
We'll be
Thank
right
you.
back.
He's just kidding.
Yeah,
That was
it's
fun.
a joke. Come on.
Steve, I can't get the files on the SanDisk case to print. Printers are down again.
Steve, the wireless network and all the servers are completely down on the 4th floor.
That's it. Denise, I'm done with that company. Call ASAP NetSauce. Also, tell them we need an on-site tech for some installs we got going on next week.
Dad, the printer isn't working again, and I have to hand in this report tomorrow morning.
And the internet's down again.
And we're out of toner, too.
I know just who to call.
Let ASAP NetSource be your only source for your office and home.
Picture wonderful guests, terrific music, and comics that are really funny, and a host that's okay. That's me, Joey Reynolds, on NBC's New York Nonstop, and what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for all night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC desktops and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
cuencos, siya hambaku kanyeni cuencos, siya hambaku kanyeni cuencos, siya hambaku kanyeni cuencos, siya hamba siya hamba siya hambaku kanyeni cuencos, siya hamba siya hamba siya hambaku kanyeni cuencos.
All Night with Joey Reynolds. They call it All Night. I don't know why they call it All Night. It's only half a night. But you know what? It's only half the money, too. Now, they want to give me something on the television that's a little longer than those usual shows that are half hour, 1 hour and a half. You know, I got probably the longest running show on television. I definitely had the longest running show on Broadway. You know, when we were on the radio. I was there 14 and a half years, I guess it was. And now we have a show that's on NBC's New York Nonstop, which is a new medium. You know, it's a digital channel. And also on all the cable companies that carry us. We thank you very much. Comcast is buying NBC's Universal portion of the network, I think on Friday or so. And you know, we're going to have new owners, and I'm staying. You're not going to get rid of me. You know, one of the things is that that when you're in a new area of development, you attract people who are finding you by tooling around. Can't do that on the internet. The internet is a designated stop, as a rule. There's no Casey Kasem to tell you what you're supposed to like. There's no libretto like the opera. There simply is you discovering this particular brand of blogging, or Facebook is a little bit of a social network. You know, I mean, it's not totally as communicative as a cell phone or you and me right now doing this. Now, I could open this up and then you could talk to me on Skype and we could put some screens up. Maybe we'll get to do that a little bit too eventually. Or I could go to your house with a camera and we can have a two-way conversation where you're on camera there and I'm on camera over here and we go back and forth with that same principle. I did that when I was on KOA radio and television in Denver. It was a simulcast. But this particular show is a triple cast and a triple threat to a lot of people, because what we're going to do, and we haven't gotten there yet, is we're starting on the television with NBC's wonderful Nonstop New York, and then we're going to move into the radio in syndication and television and the internet. So you'll be able to get us on all media. And then truly what I want to do is I want to bring community so that the rest of the world sees us as some sort of a place where they can feel the heartbeat of this country rather than the mental insanity that we've been practicing for a long time with what we put out as news. I mean, really, the last thing in the world I want to do is sit down and watch a half hour of news while I'm having dinner. Used to be that you would come home from work and you would eat and watch the news in the earlier days when families were families. And families are still families, but we don't operate the same way. So what I would like to do is create this community of people who are older and younger and watching this show and participating in it on all media. And that's where I want to go with the thing, you know, if I, Lord willing, live long enough. And then I want to hand it over to somebody who's a little younger, and then maybe we'll do a model for the rest of the world, and people can then come to know that we are a family nation, which we really are. I mean, this is a country of families. And what we do here more than anything is we would kill for our families. I mean, we are a family country. Don't ever forget about it. And, you know, and to just throw a little rock in the chicken coop, not that I wish we did this, but, you know, if you want to prove that, I think that when we went to war, any one of these few wars, if we would have drafted kids, those wars would have ended a lot sooner, because nobody wants to see their kids killed. And those who are brave enough to make military their career, that's a whole other issue. But I'm saying, you know, if we start drafting people, that would end a war pretty quick in this country. Nobody wants to see their kids die. We're family. We're families. And I want to present that, and I'm not saying it in a religious way, I'm not saying it in a super patriotic way. I'm just saying it as a guy who's raised a couple of kids and have had my struggles, and you know, and you know, my mantra with my girls is they're never off the payroll. All right, so now we're going to bring some music out here now that I've got my little preaching out of the way, and Stone are sitting here being very patient. Thank you, God, for that, and thank you guys for sitting here and listening to this stuff.
Thank you. No, thank you.
I
It's
don't
an
know if
honor
I
to
said
be
it.
here.
Where'd you go to school?
Wesleyan. Together in Connecticut.
That's a Methodist school.
No,
You're Jewish.
I know, but I mean, at that point, it was probably like 30% Jewish.
But
But it technically, I guess it is.
I think pretty much most universities started.
Well, who knows?
With some religious affiliation.
Yeah. Is that right? Well, Harvard,
I didn't say
Harvard
that,
was
he
a
did.
non-religious school, and Yale wasn't.
Well, Yale,
Yale
I've
was a
noticed on the
religious-
insignia, I don't know what,
Yeah.
if there's Hebrew letters on it.
Yes,
Very odd.
there are.
Yeah,
Don't know what that means.
Well, I don't know. I did Sex Week over there.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't think I saw the Hebrew letters.
You did Sex Week?
Saw a lot of.
I did. I was the host.
Wow.
I don't even know what that means,
We did
but
that
it
last
sounds
night
good.
with Dr. Judy Carrion.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
yes.
Now here's a wonderful entertainer, and we're
I
going to bring
was
her out
so
right now.
excited
Abby
about
Dobson. Get it right. Here she is. Come on, Abby. Come on and join the party here.
Hey.
Tonight. She's waited long enough to be on here. She's sensational. Hi, Abby. How are you?
Hi. How are you?
Good. Let me jump up out of my chair for a minute.
Good to see you.
I got a little preachy there.
How are you?
Did you think you were in church?
A little bit.
A little bit, right? Did we get a little bit away from entertainment?
Well, you know, it's
It's
good.
okay though, right?
It's good. Yeah.
It's all right.
It's good.
So where are you? Where are your sentiments? What do you feel like?
I feel cold.
Well, that's because you're wearing a halter.
No, I mean just the snow and all of that.
Yeah. Well, it's winter.
I know. It's
You waiting
and
for
it's-
Al Gore
and
to win?
It's crazy outside.
Where are you from?
New York.
Okay.
Originally from Jamaica, but I grew up in Brooklyn, New York.
Montego or Kingston? Which side?
Kingston.
Oh, so you're a city girl.
I'm a city girl with country sensibilities.
How about Bob Marley?
I love Bob Marley.
Wow, your hair's not the same.
No.
He's Rastafarian.
He was a Rastafarian.
We thought that he was smoking those dreadlocks.
I don't think he was smoking those, but he was certainly smoking something.
He was. I love Bob Marley.
I love him
Still,
too. I love his
still.
music. I think he's got one of the highest selling catalogs still today.
Yeah, and Tush, the other guy. What's his name?
Peter Tosh, yeah.
Peter Tosh, yeah. And he's kind of like almost Bob Marley.
I think some might say that. To be honest, I didn't listen to him as much, so I can't really talk about his music.
Do you do any of the ska or
No ska, but I do a little bit of reggae in my new album.
no steel drums?
No steel drums, but that will come.
Do you
'cause
go under
I
a
want
pole
to.
if you get drunk enough?
No, I haven't. Not yet. And I don't think I ever will.
No.
But, you know, who knows?
The islands are great. You know, I love Jamaica. I don't know why anybody would ever leave Jamaica.
How long have you, how
No,
much
I
time
meant-
have you
I
spent
meant
there?
in Queens.
Oh. You know, I don't really get to Jamaica Queens often.
No.
No, I just go through it on my way to Long Island because I
We
live on
all
Long
say
Island.
that. We're in denial.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
So are you doing any of that reggae music, or do you do other? I
My
don't know what
music
you
is
do.
basically soul, R&B with a touch of jazz and folk. However, I love reggae music, roots reggae in particular, and one of my songs is a reggae song.
I know who you like already. I could just tell, just by the look and the style and what you just said.
Who?
Can I take a guess?
Sure.
Etta James.
I do like Etta James. I love At Last. One of my favorite songs.
Yeah, that would be where you are. Is
She's
that a good place?
She's an influence. I like her. I love the blues. So
Nina Simone.
I love her fearlessness. Love her as an artist. She was fearless.
Sade.
I love Sade.
Am I getting warm now with all
You're
these?
getting warmer. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I love Sade.
Well, I want to hear you sing. I can't wait till you do this.
I
Can
would
we
love
take a break
to.
with these guys? All right. And then you got a guy that's playing guitar with you.
I have an acoustic guitarist, Jess, who's awesome. His name is Wes Mingus, and we're gonna rock.
He's got the right name for jazz.
I
My God,
know,
Wes
Wes
Mingus. My God,
Mingus, I
Mingus. Like Charlie Mingus.
Yeah.
So where are you going to be performing? Do we see you somewhere?
I'm gonna be at BB King's, not too far from here,
great.
opening up for Rasan Patterson on February 12th.
I was there. I did stand-up, at BB King.
Really?
And everybody danced.
Well,
It's not a
it
good
means-
sign.
No. It means you got them moving.
Yeah, or I'm just joking.
Or thinking.
They have good French fries.
Oh.
So what are you going to sing?
I'm gonna sing a song from my album. It's called Born to Love You.
Okay. I really can't wait to hear you and see you, and I'm
Awesome.
going to be looking for all those people in your singing.
Thank you.
All those influences. And who else do you like?
Anita Baker.
Oh, yeah.
Whitney Houston, Tracy Chapman, Sarah Vaughan,
Yeah, you like all the lightweights.
Donny Hathaway. You're right, lightweights,
Yeah,
yes.
people who don't mean too much. All right, we'll be right back. Let's take a break, and we'll come out with Abby Dobson doing her thing. And also, we got Mr. Mingus playing the guitar. Right here on our All Night with Joey Reynolds show. Be right back.
Steve, I can't get the files in the Sandoz case. The printers are down again.
Steve, the wireless network and all the servers are completely down on the 4th floor.
That's it. Denise, I'm done with that company. Call ASAP NetSauce. Also, tell them we need an on-site tech for some installs we got going on next week.
Dad, the printer isn't working again, and I have to hand in this report tomorrow morning.
And the internet's down again.
And we're out of toner, too.
I know just who to call.
Let ASAP NetSource be your only source for your office and home.
Oh, Stone and Stone are going to be over at the Pit on Friday. You'll be able to see them with an interview thing and also their comedy. They're very unique, and two brothers who are strange, aren't they?
Oh, a little strange. Not too
What a
strange.
beautiful ring you got there.
Thank you.
I love this thing. You must be very expensive. Are we paying you a lot? Let me hear a little of At Last. Come on, At Last.
At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over.
Oh, you can sing, girl. So we're going to say, I want to say goodnight because you put me to sleep now. I can go to bed. I've done my job. But I want you to sing for us.
Thank you.
This wonderful performance, and here's Abby Dobson.
Baby, when you look at me, I see only love in your eyes, as deep as I can feel. You could be the one I give my prize. Oh, baby, when you speak to me, so gently, loving, honestly, never ever disrespecting me. You reach me with your mind. Even when you hold me close, arms whisper, I won't let you go. Finally, love is on my side, and I'll never want for more. Oh, baby, when you kiss me, gently, sweetly, slowly, always, forever's what you promise me. You reach me with your mind. Among other things, you say what you mean. My promise, keep a dream, make up for real. Never out of line and always on time. You make loving you so easy, oh my. Not ashamed to show my strength. When you're around, you hold me strong, baby, you hold it down. Always your shoulder, I can cry on. Had to let go to know this sweeter love. Seems I was born to love you. It's written somewhere in the stars. When I'm with you, my soul shines brighter. I hope you're the one. Seems I was born to love you. It's written somewhere in the stars. When I'm with you, my soul shines brighter. I hope you're the one. I was born to love you. It's written somewhere in the stars. And I'm with you, my soul flies higher. And baby, oh, you're the one. I was born to love you. Oh, it's written in the stars where I'm with you, baby. My soul flies higher. I was born to love you. Born to love you.
There are 13,000 cabs in New York City, but there's only one that pays you. Climb into the cash cab and I will quiz you all the way to your destination. As the meter clicks, the questions get harder and the stakes get higher. If you get stumped, you can shout out for help on the phone or